welcome back to Travel in Chinese. I'm Mark Rosewell, also known as Dashan. Our travels in this series have now taken us to western China in the region of Xinjiang. Huang Renhao and Xiaojie in today's lesson are in the capital of this region, Urumqi, called Urumqi in Chinese. Xiaojie is even picking up some of the local language, or Uyghur, which is called Weiyu in Chinese. Let's see what happens in today's dialogue.
爸爸，雅克西姆西斯。
你满嘴里叽里咕噜说些什么呀？啊，又去找你古兰丹木姐姐学维语去了吧？
我说的是你好的意思。
我看你学维语都上瘾了，干脆啊，你别回北京了，就住在这儿啊，当新疆小孩算了。
雅克西。
这孩子呀，我看你啊是玩疯了。哦，对了，你不是要买一条和古兰丹木姐姐一样漂亮的裙子吗？我呀，带你去一个好地方。好，走。
哇，这什么地方？像城堡。
对，小杰啊，这里啊就是新疆最大的巴扎。
巴扎？
是啊，小杰啊，这个巴扎呀，就是从维语巴扎翻译过来的。
哦，我知道了，就是在英语里 bazaar 是市场的意思。
哈哈，你猜对了，小杰啊，这个新疆的巴扎呀，不仅好玩，里边还有好看的衣服卖，还有好多好吃的呢。
哎呦，我都想去了，咱们快走吧。
走。
啊，这个地方真热闹，东西那么多，我的眼睛都不够用了。
对啊，这就叫啊琳琅满目。
琳琅满目？
你看，我以前可教过你的啊。琳琅满目这个成语啊，就是形容卖东西的地方啊，品种特别多，眼睛啊都看不过来了。看你这两天啊，天天顾着学新疆话，把汉语都快忘光了吧？
才不是呢！我们不会打。爸爸，快来看，这是冬不拉吗？
哦，这不是，这叫啊都塔尔，是维吾尔族啊特有的一种乐器。哎，他们边弹边唱啊，特别好听。
哇，太美了，咱们买一个回去吧。
哈，行啊，不过呀，得找一个新疆的姐姐，要不回去以后可没人教你了。
哎，什么东西
Okay, let's take a look at the dialogue part by part now. Xiaojie has been learning a few more phrases in the Uyghur language, like Yakashimashisa. This is a common greeting, but her father is confused. 你满嘴叽里咕噜说的是什么呀? This is like saying, what on earth are you saying? 满嘴, your mouth is full of 叽里咕噜. Now this is a set phrase that has no meaning actually. It's used to mimic the sound of something that you can't understand. When you listen to a foreign language, it always sounds like 叽里咕噜, 叽里咕噜. So 满嘴叽里咕噜 means I can't understand a word of what you're saying. It's all just like 叽里咕噜 to me.
爸爸，雅克西姆西斯。
你满嘴里叽里咕噜说些什么呀？啊，又去找你古兰丹木姐姐学维语去了吧？
我说的是你好的意思。
But of course, Huang Renhao knows that his daughter has been learning more Uyghur, Weiyu, the Uyghur language. 我看你学维语都上瘾了. I see that you've become addicted to learning Uyghur. Yin is an addiction, as in caffeine, to be addicted to coffee. 上瘾 is to become addicted. 干脆你别回北京了. You might as well not return to Beijing. Just stay in Xinjiang. 干脆 is clear-cut, straightforward. Here it's used as a suggestion. You might as well, or why don't you just do something? For example, 天快亮了，干脆就别睡觉了. It's almost light out. You might as well just not go to sleep. Forget about sleeping. But in this dialogue, the idea of staying in Xinjiang appeals to Xiaojie. Yakashi, she says. We learned this in an earlier lesson. It means excellent. Her father says, 这孩子都玩疯了. This kid, she's gone crazy. 玩疯了 means to go crazy by playing. Of course, it's not meant literally. It's just that she's having a great time. 玩疯了.
我看你学维语都上瘾了，干脆啊，你别回北京了，就住在这儿啊，当新疆小孩算了。
雅
这孩子呀，我看你啊是玩疯了。哦，对了，你不是要买一条和古兰丹木姐姐一样漂亮的裙子吗？我呀，带你去一个好地方。走。
One of the famous marketplaces in Urumqi is called 二道桥. Now there's a lot to see in the marketplace. 我的眼睛都不够用了. Literally, my eyes aren't enough to see everything. We learned this expression in a previous lesson. It just means that there's too much to see all at once. 黄日浩 uses a similar expression, 琳琅满目. 琳琅 means beautiful jade. Here, it's used figuratively to indicate beautiful or valuable objects. 满目, to fill your eyes. Earlier, we heard the expression 满嘴, your mouth is full of something. Here it's 满目, your eyes are full of something, some beautiful and valuable objects. It's an amazing sight to behold, 琳琅满目. 黄日浩 goes on to explain the saying himself, saying, 眼睛都看不过来了. Your eyes can't catch up with everything. There's too much for your eyes to see. Using a verb plus 不过来了 indicates that you cannot complete the action, as in 忙不过来了, to be too busy to finish something.
这个地方可真热闹，东西那么多，我的眼睛都不够用了。
对啊，这就叫琳琅满目。
琳琅满目？
你看，我以前可教过你的啊。琳琅满目这个成语啊，就是形容卖东西的地方啊，品种特别多，眼睛啊都看不过来了。
黄日浩 jokes that his daughter is starting to lose her Chinese language skills. 这2天天天顾着学新疆话. These 2 days you've only been thinking of learning Xinjiang dialect. 把汉语都快忘光了吧? And have almost completely forgotten Chinese. 顾 is to pay attention to concentrate on. 天天顾着, to pay attention to something day after day. Here, 光 is used to mean nothing or all gone, as in 忘光了, to completely forget. Or we could say 用光了, to use up completely. 吃光了, to have eaten everything up. 才不是呢, she says. That's wrong. 才 is used for emphasis. That's completely wrong. 才不是呢. There are many musical instruments that are unique to this area. For example, the 冬不拉, which means in Chinese 会唱歌的树, a tree that can sing. This is unique to Xinjiang. We'd say 新疆特有的, unique to Xinjiang. Okay, let's watch that part again.
看你这2天啊，天天顾着学新疆话，把汉语都快忘光了吧？
才不是呢。我们不会打。爸爸，快来看，这是冬不拉吗？
哦，这不是，这叫都塔尔，是维吾尔族特有的一种乐器。哎，他们边弹边唱特别好听。
哇，太美了，咱们买一个回去吧。
行啊，不过呀，得找一个新疆的姐姐，要不回去以后可没人教你了。
哎，那什么东西？
Let's take a bit of a break now from our language lesson to talk a little bit more about Xinjiang and Urumqi, the capital city. Urumqi, as it's called in English, is known as the shining pearl on the ancient Silk Road. The name Urumqi comes from the Mongolian language meaning a beautiful prairie. The breathtaking views and sweet smell of fruits drifting in the air make Urumqi a special place far in the western regions of China. Traditionally, this has been a meeting place for Eastern and Western cultures, and that tradition continues to this day. An interesting bit of trivia is that Urumqi is the farthest city in the world from the ocean, at 2,250 kilometers. However, for over 2,000 years, the area around Urumqi has been lush pasture, populated by many minorities who herded sheep and cattle. It was once an important town on the new northern route of the Silk Road, which linked central China to Central Asia and even to the Middle East and Europe. One fun attraction in Urumqi is to go on a bazaar tour, as this provides a good opportunity to mingle with the different ethnic groups and to understand the life and customs of the local people. When you see the peddlers in their embroidered caps and the women in their colorful shawls, or hear the haunting ballads of the street-side restaurants, There is no mistaking where you are. Visitors can taste a variety of national foods, enjoy fresh fruits, and shop for local Xinjiang handicrafts. Ardao Market is a very famous bazaar featuring ornate carpets, beautiful silks, strange medicines, traditional musical instruments, and horse whips. This is a must-see destination when you get to Urumqi. Now let's take an extra few moments to go over some of the language points from today's dialogue. For example, a verb followed by 上瘾, meaning to become addicted or to become hooked on something. This is often meant figuratively rather than literally. For example, 他学汉语学上瘾了. He's become hooked on studying Chinese. 他学汉语学上瘾了. How about this example? 他吃烤鸭吃上瘾了，天天都要吃. He's become hooked on eating Peking duck and wants to eat it every day. 他吃烤鸭吃上瘾了，天天都要吃. Let's go back to today's dialogue now and see how they use this verb followed by 上瘾.
爸爸，牙齿洗不洗是？
你满嘴里叽里咕噜说些什么呀？啊，又去找你古兰丹木姐姐学维语去了吧？
我说的是你好的意思。
我看你学维语都上瘾了，干脆啊，你别回北京了，就住在这儿啊，当新疆小孩算了。
牙齿洗。
Here's another language point. 不够 followed by a verb. Not enough to do the action of the verb. For example, 他每个月的工资还不够他自己花的呢. The monthly salary that he earns is not enough for his own spending. 他每个月的工资还不够他自己花的呢. How about this example? 这么多菜难道还不够你吃吗? There's so many dishes. You mean that it's not enough to eat? 这么多菜难道还不够你吃吗? Okay, let's go back to the dialogue now and see how they use this pattern.
这个地方真热闹，东西那么多，我的眼睛都不够用了。
对啊，这就叫啊琳琅满目。
琳琅满目？
你看，我以前可教过你的啊。琳琅满目这个成语啊，就是形容卖东西的地方啊，品种特别多，眼睛啊都看不过来了。
And now let's do a little bit of substitution. Let's use the pattern verb followed by 疯 to go crazy doing something. This is usually meant figuratively, to do something to the extreme. For example, 知道这个消息后，他都快乐疯了. When he heard this news, he almost laughed himself silly. He went crazy laughing after he heard the news. 知道这个消息后，他都快乐疯了. Okay, let's try some substitutions now using a verb followed by 疯.
听了他说的话，我都快被气疯了。
听了他说的话，我都快被气疯了。
他出去旅行都有大半年了，我看他都玩疯了。
他出去旅行都有大半年了，我看他都玩疯了。
If you do get a chance to go to a marketplace or baja in Xinjiang, you probably will agree that 我的眼睛不够用了. Your eyes are not enough to take everything in. But at least after watching our program and polishing your language skills, the local people there won't say that you are 满嘴叽里咕噜, have a mouth full of incomprehensible babble. Well, from Xinjiang in the west, we're going to go way down to the south of China now, to one of the most popular travel destinations and home to some of China's most famous scenery. We're going to Guilin. We'll see you then. 再见.